Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Krista.
The Big Family Homestead. Okay, so here's the scoop. In the news, I was reading an article that I think you should comment down below your thoughts. After we share our thoughts, Mom hasn't read this article.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Not yet, which is great. I'm going to scroll on my computer over here to an article.
I'm just going to preface this. I don't like it when he does this.
Why?
Because I never know what you're going to do. I'm
going to read an article.
I know. And I don't...
And I'm going to postulate something that is not in the article that I wonder if any of you guys are going to get. Because it's a big, So the article is titled, Elon Musk and SpaceX thwarted a Russian electromagnetic attack on Ukraine. This is in the Blaze, but it's not just in the Blaze. It's all over the news.
Right.
They're just different article names. So don't all go, oh my gosh, I love the Blaze, or I hate the Blaze. That's not the point.
The Blaze has nothing to do with it. Just because where we saw it first.
It is funny because some people they flip out if you read an article that is from a publication they don't like, even though it's everywhere. Doesn't matter because they all share the same information.
Right.
Okay, so bottom line is this. SpaceX, when the Ukrainian war was kicking off, Russia wanted to cut off all communications possibilities in Ukraine so they could, roll in easy, right?
Right, and so they could, do a lot of propaganda and manipulation of the media. And
no, it's worse than that. It's because if you don't have a way to communicate with your troops, you're dead in the water.
True.
So, SpaceX and the people need obviously information too. It's not just military. But SpaceX, Elon Musk said, don't worry, we're going to get you a bunch of Starlink systems which go satellite. It's not dependent on a cable. And he did. Well, Russia decided, heck no. And they started a campaign to use electromagnetic warfare against those satellites so they couldn't have communication. Okay? But Elon Musk and his crew of mighty brain, brain people said, oh, heck no.
Heck no.
Heck no. And they quickly recoded the satellites with with lines of code. They figured out a way to work around it, the electromagnetic attack. So they couldn't stop them. So the Russians couldn't stop them. So they basically made the attack null and void really quickly. Now, hold on, because that's not this is an interesting part here. Dave Tremper, Director of Electromagnetic Warfare of the Office of the Secretary of Defense. So he's a big...
They actually have a department, a Director of Electronic Warfare.
They have a Director of Cleaning the Toilets.
Okay.
But it's cool because that guy only makes $250,000 a year. So, just kidding. All right. Dave Tremper, Director of the Electronic Warfare of the Office of the Secretary of Defense, lauded SpaceX's ability to turn on a dime and swiftly stymie Russia's efforts to jam Starlink's ability to provide broadband. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The next day... Tremper said the next day after the reports about the Russian jamming efforts hit the media, Starlink slung a line of code in and fixed it. And suddenly that Russian jamming attack was not effective anymore. Okay. From the EW technologist's perspective, that's fantastic. And how they did it, was eye-watering to me. Okay. This is Secretary of Defense, dude, in a position directly under the Secretary of Defense. So, now, this blows my mind.
Right.
Okay, because first of all, this is a private company doing the work that, I don't know, our government should be doing.
And they're kicking their butt. They're kicking NASA's butt.
Well, they are, but that's a separate whole thing.
I know, but it's...
Now, okay, there are right now people are typing in, Elon Musk made all his money doing blah, 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 and got government grants. Hey, look, if the government could do it as good as he did, why aren't they?
Right.
Now answer that. Riddle me this, Batman. Because it doesn't happen. That's why.
Get government bureaucracy out of the way and see what happens in the private sector.
And that's what this government bigwig is saying. He's like, how did they do it so quick?
SpaceX's hands are not tied by government bureaucracy.
And part of the article goes on to say that, you know, the government probably could have fixed it, but it would have taken a long time, months.
Oh, yeah.
And they would have had to hire out all these subcontractors when they just did it, and it was next day.
Done, yeah.
And here's the thing. To those engineers, to those cybersecurity geniuses at SpaceX,
thank you.
Hats off to you, folks. Yeah. You come to Wisconsin, I'll buy you a Culver's burger with extra crispy fries. Now, here's the other part of this that blows my mind, okay? If we know about this, because this was an attack that was public, or at least a privately owned company, SpaceX, made it known. First of all, where was our government? Why weren't they there fixing this obvious means of Russia trying to basically cut off the head of Ukraine fast? Where were our guys? Okay, that's first. Second is if these kind of attacks are going on for private companies, can you imagine what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah.
So, the question is, there are people, maybe some of you, that say, could never happen here.
Really?
Oh, really?
Really?
Could never happen here. Our guys would never allow it to happen.
Right. Please, people, take your head out of the sand and pay attention to what's going on. Don't live in fear. Don't be fearful of what could happen. But just know this stuff is good. This stuff could happen.
It's all going on behind the scenes right now.
Oh, yeah.
We have a veil in front of us that the media is so happy to propagate, that there's nothing wrong, nothing to see here. They want you to think everything is just hunky-dory. Right. Just keep buying what you're buying from Amazon and keep doing this and don't
put your blinders on and stay in your own little world and don't think about anything else that's going outside the house.
Now, I must say, don't live in fear.
Outside your phone.
Don't live in fear.
I know, I said that. Don't live in fear, but know what's going on.
Another part of this that's really fun. I guess the Russians this is not, in this article it says, this is not the only time that Elon Musk has thwarted the Russians' plans in the ongoing invasion of the Ukraine. You're gonna enjoy this. When the Russian government threatened to drop the International Space Station on Earth.
Right.
By ceasing to provide it with resources and technology for its propulsion to keep it in, what do they call that?
Orbit.
Orbit.
Yeah.
Musk said that, don't worry, we got this. We'll do it.
They'll keep SpaceX and keep it from falling onto the planet.
We don't know where it's going to drop, guys, but it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
I know Elon Musk has...
He's got some liberal side.
He's got some liberal side. He's moving. I think he's waking up a little bit.
I think he's a solid libertarian now.
Exactly. And he's not
perfect.
Nobody's perfect. But the things that he's doing to help our world, not just the United States, but to help the world. He's
putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
And a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. Twitter
much?
Yeah, what is that, 49 billion?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Just so that you can hear both sides of an argument.
Yeah.
Not that you silence one. Nobody's silencing anything.
No.
The suggestion
that
is that you
sides.
don't silence one side.
Right. Right.
That's pretty impressive.
That's true free speech.
Yeah. I'd hang with him. But he's busy.
Totally.
He's busy. He's busy.
I thank you, sir. Thank you so much for what you're doing to stand up for what's right. And not stand up for what's an agenda.
Not stand up for what's right as long as it makes me a crap ton of money.
Right. He could lose a lot of money. I mean, he's gathered so much money, and to buy Twitter, to get this free speech going,
and not get free speech going.
No, but to get it back.
But the idea that he would just give away thousands of Starlink systems, that's called putting your money where your mouth is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
that's that cost of out of their pocket.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. And it's honestly, okay, it's not just Elon Musk, okay? It's his whole team.
Yeah, I always think that's funny.
He can't do this all by himself. It's his whole team.
No kidding.
Of people that work for him that
that's like that.
Honestly.
It's that, the comedian Bill Burr. He has a bit on what was his name? The guy from Apple. Steve Jobs.
Yes. I was going to say Ted, but that's not.
And how he was like heralded as like this one-man genius pool who just made the iPods and phones out of his brain, and like he was somehow back there with a soldering iron doing all this stuff.
He's the idea guy.
He's
the idea guy. He made everybody else do the stuff he wanted done.
Well, that's the bit, is that he's saying that he was really the guy that goes, hey, you bunch of eggheads, I want all my photos on this device. Get on it.
Right. I want all my music on this.
Get on it.
Right. I want to be able to surf the internet on this.
Get on it.
Right.
So while Elon Musk is legitimately a genius, he also has plenty of other geniuses working for him.
Oh, yes. It's not just him. It's his whole team that is. Yeah. They need to be.
Culver's, you need to sponsor SpaceX.
Innovation, yeah.
Culver's, sponsored by SpaceX, sponsored by Culver's.
Yes.
The first burger in space.
I think we need to have
Think about it.
He keeps talking about Culver's, and it's so yummy.
Well, we are going to have hamburgers.
I know we are having hamburgers, but they're not Culver's burgers.
It's my birthday.
It is.
And I'm grilling. Anyway.
He's cooking for his birthday.
It's not.
It's not like that.
In all honesty, I smelled hamburgers on the way home from church the other day. Somebody was cooking out. I was like, oh. It's like that shark in Finding Nemo when the little blood trickle goes. And he goes, oh.
That's nice. Or something.
I'm having fish for dinner tonight. Anyway, that's it. I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.